All right. So thank you all for joining me. And as I always say, I always appreciate you all. I got a guest for you today. I have a lovely young lady that's been doing her thing in the clothing industry. She's a fashion expert. And from what I've seen and what I've gathered, she is the person to know definitely in the Nashville area if you want to adjust your style, just like I do. I want to adjust my style. I got clothes I want to get rid of. I got clothes that have been sitting there for about 2 or 3 years and I haven't put, anything together. I got suits, I got ties, but she is the person who's going to wrap your wardrobe around you and your personality. And please don't do too much extreme copying people online until you get an expert on your side. So I'm going to give the stage to my guest, and it's all on you.
All right. Thank you so much. What a nice intro. My name is Breyana Wright, and I am a personal brand stylist that works with entrepreneurs and career professionals. I work with men and women, and I'm the owner of the virtual style consulting firm Styled by Breyana. And basically, what we do is we work within your wardrobe to transition it into something that reflects your personality while still helping you show up as professional. Because as you know, like when you look more professional, you're able to do an abundance of things. Like you're able to increase your revenue, you're able to increase your conversion rates, and most of all, you feel better about yourself and you attract more quality clients and business. So that's just a little bit about what I do.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Now, for me, I literally, I'm very transparent. I literally just took my shirt off over there because I have to wear a uniform. But
Uh-huh.
when I was working in corporate America at certain places,
Mhm.
I had to wear a certain attire, dress
Mhm.
shirt, button up, tie, no jeans, except on certain days or appointed. But I got a question for you.
Okay.
So let's say you have a young lady, let's say she just got out of college and
Okay.
she gets a job, let's say at an insurance company, 5 days a week. But she looks at her wardrobe. She was broke in college. Now she's trying to put together something on her budget, and her budget's not big at all. So, what would you advise her to do to possibly put together a nice wardrobe for her job?
Well, first, I would assess I would ask her to assess what the dress code is like at work. Typically, that's going to be like a business casual for the most part. And then I would ask her, like, okay, what's your personal style? Like, what do you like to wear? Because the important thing to do when you're dressing for work and how you make your wardrobe work for you is combining what you like and then combining what you wear to work. So that way you always have something to wear and you're kind of like maximizing the money that you spend on clothing. You're not just buying for work and you're not just buying for your personal life. You want to merge the two as best as you can. So I would advise her to figure out her style. Well, and then also to figure out the work environment. And then from there, what she's going to want to do is say, like, hey, I have this amount of money to spend. So
Mhm.
then you have that question of, like, okay, do I want to skip out on quality or do I want quality clothes? Because depending on that answer, you have different avenues that you can go in. You can go, if you want to spend quality, you can go to New York and Company. You can go to, let's see, you could get away with, what is that store? It's in my head. I cannot think of it. I just shop from them. Oh my gosh. Ralph
Oh,
Lauren. You can
Ralph
go to
Lauren.
Ralph Lauren and things
Mhm.
like that. And then like if you want to go a cheaper route, then you might want to go to H&M. You might want to hit up Ross and things like that. So it's important to know like how much you want to spend for that month,
Okay.
and what your preferences are.
Okay. Speaking of preferences, colors. Are there colors that this young lady should, approach, and some are there colors that she should avoid at all costs?
Yes. So as far
Okay, so
so
there are colors that you should just like.
Yes.
Okay.
So her safest bet, since she's fresh out of college, this is like her first big girl job, whatever. She would need to focus on like a neutral color palette. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
go with the whole work thing. Like nothing she can wear is wrong because neutral is in the workplace. Once she builds a solid foundation with the neutrals, then she'll want to branch out and kind of figure out what colors are for her. So, there's some shades of red that you just can't wear. Okay. That doesn't mean that you can't wear red altogether. You just have to find the shade for you.
Okay.
So, and then also it kind of ties into the fact if you want to go more muted for a more professional look, or do you want to be bright and bold to kind of keep her youth? Because she is fresh out of college. So does she
Mm-hmm.
still want to be youthful? Does she want monotones? Things like that.
All right, perfect. All right, I'm gonna build off of that story. You're gonna like this. So she's at her job and she meets a nice young man, and
Okay.
that man wants to take her to a cheesecake factory. Let me stop you because we're gonna talk about where you go for dates, possibly, and what to wear. That's what I'm gonna tie in here. But
Uh-huh.
he wants to take her to the cheesecake factory. What on a first date? What kind of impression should she make with her wardrobe?
I like that you put Cheesecake Factory in there.
Of course I did. Of course I did.
Well, I just want to go on record and say I love Cheesecake Factory. But
Okay.
so she wants to go on this date. What should she wear on her first date? So if she's working like the typical insurance job, I imagine that she's gonna go probably like on a Friday or the weekend after work. But let's imagine it's a Friday. So she's going to Cheesecake Factory. Obviously, you don't really have a big window to change, okay?
Mhm,
So, what you'll want to do is kind of create an outfit that's like in between. You want
mhm,
something that's suitable for work, but you also want something that's going to look good on the date. So, maybe
mhm.
that day she can wear like a really cute dress and
Okay.
like dress it up. Like, I'm talking like with the accessories. She has on nice heels if she can wear it all day. If heels aren't her thing, maybe go for a flat. Um, Depending on like what the weather's out like outside, she could wear cute little stockings and stuff like that to really dress it up. She can also do the same thing with like a skirt. She can do really, if she wants to go like all out, she can do like a cute little trouser and a blouse. Like the options are limitless, but it's all about having that balance where it's like, okay, I'm at work, but it can transition into a date as well.
Okay. Perfect. Now I'm gonna build off of that again. So now they're 3 months in, and she's getting ready for a promotion. Let's say at a bigger, she's coming up a little bit here, and she's taking her date to meet with some of her coworkers and colleagues. Now, this is a two-part question.
Okay.
Now, she noticed her boyfriend or friend style. It's a little bit on the not up to the standards,
Mm.
but she's telling him, "Okay, I'm getting ready to meet. We're going to meet some of my people I work with, maybe even the manager there. But you're going to City Winery now, and you're going to see y'all going to have at a table. Y'all got a table together. You're going to be sitting with other people, and she knows that her boss is really, wears a lot of suits and ties.
Mhm.
So how does she persuade him to dress better or up to the occasion where he's just kind of like he's really like a real super casual dresser?
Oh, this is like right up my alley.
Okay.
So I would advise her to stress the importance of the event. Like she's already said, like, hey, my colleagues are gonna be there, my boss is gonna be there. Like you kind of need to dress the part. So I think what will be helpful is for her to take the lead and to dress the part. She doesn't have to go all out. She can do whatever she's comfortable with, but it's gonna be a step above him because he always dressed casual. And naturally, as humans, when we see someone that looks nice and we kind of know what the venue's like the city winery or something like that, we're kind of like, well, I can't go like this. And then once you're looking, all nice and things like that, you make nice little suggestions like, oh, well, like we're going to the city winery afterwards or whatever. So, that place is usually like smart casual or whatever. So I think that you should wear that nice button up that you have. And I think it'll look good with some you could do it with jeans if you wanted to, but I would do a nice shoe if you did it. So kind of give him like some advice. So it's not like you're coming at him. You're just gently guiding him. And then he's like, you're doing it for him. So it's just like he's not gonna say, well, no, he's gonna go with it because you made it easy for him.
Okay, that's kind of a very smart, elegant way of telling him how to spruce up himself, but not make him feel insecure about himself and his wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. That's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's another twist. She's a year and a half in now. Everything's going well with her boyfriend. Now she got a promotion. She got that promotion. She's a supervisor now. And then she sees I'm gonna go 2 years in. Let's go 2 years.
2 years.
And there's another young lady that comes in. She's a newbie.
Okay.
She's got a weird style about herself.
Okay.
Some days she comes in, she's the perfect model. She got the job. She wore what she needed to wear. But then you notice that she comes to the meetings and she's not really dressed like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And she always had this weird type of style about herself, but her dress is really lacking. And people are, the manager saying, well, we need to make sure your, employees are up to the standards of the company. And, I just want to give you a little nudge to tell Melissa, whatever her name is, that she needs to look at her wardrobe. So what do you do when that person, that young lady, walks up to her and says, hey, I'm going to talk to you. We want to go out for a coffee or something on lunch break. And how she can ease her into a better wardrobe for work.
Okay. Oh, I like this question. So they're out for coffee or whatever. And I actually could speak to this. I've been in a manager role before, so I got some experience. So I would go about this by saying, like, okay, so your performance, well, hopefully her performance is great, or she can speak to some positive aspects about how she does her job. So we'll think that her performance is great. So your performance is really great. Like, we appreciate everything that you do. You've been knocking it out the park. However, I've been talking with some of our other colleagues, and it's been brought to my attention that your wardrobe isn't up to par how you're dressing.
Okay.
So I wanted to
up to par? What are you talking about? That question is going to hit her head. Like, what do you mean? Okay.
That's why you got to soften it up. So it's not up to par. However, like, we really like you. We love having you a part of the team. So I just wanted to offer some tips. And this is not to step on your toes or to say that you're dressing bad or you look a mess or anything like that. It's just to help you, fit into the company culture a little bit better and to also represent us to your best ability. So I would probably give her some ideas for some stores off the top of my head in different price points, because I know that it's already a touchy subject. So you don't really want to get into the money aspects. So you want to give a well-rounded selection of stores that she can go to, and maybe give her like a couple of, pieces that she can wear. Like, if you see her like wear, I don't know, skirts all the time, but they're not the appropriate length. Like, I see that you like skirts. So, I mean, your skirts are cute, but maybe like try some like ones that fall like at the knee. And then like you can still have like that short type of skirt that you want. It can rise above the knee if you want to, just a little bit, but maybe put some tights under it. And, and maybe like wear like a higher boot to kind of balance it out. Like, give her some tips like that. And then most of the time, like, people, they may come in like defensive, like, no, she didn't come in my clothes or come in. But then, like, once you fix it up that way by saying, like, you know, a boot, tights, whatever, it's like,
Okay.
wow, like, I never thought of that. Like, that is cool. I guess I could do that and give it a try.
Okay. Okay. Here's another one. I think you're gonna like this one. So she's there's 2 or 3 months in, 2 or 3 years in now, and she has a little brother. He was a good football player, and he's getting ready to be a possible first round draft pick in the NFL. His there you go. Just like, and I'm thinking you're getting ready to get this message from her. She's getting ready to text you. She's been following you on social media. She looks at your stuff blowing up. And she's like, I'm gonna follow her and I'm gonna send her a message. You reply back, say, hey, I wanna help you and your brother out to get him right. Y'all arrange some kind of online meeting, and she says, oh, I want you to wear what you think. She's telling her brother what you think you should wear at the NFL draft. He has a white t-shirt on, he has a wrinkly button-up shirt, he has his jeans on, and he says, sis, I look good, don't you think? And she says, no, I got somebody you need to talk to. So y'all arrange a online meeting, and you tell him what. This is you telling him what he needs to do to stand out and look professional, or look how he needs to look at the 2024 NFL draft.
Okay, I didn't want to just show the whole, because my clients know, but I'm gonna have to bring her out. So let's bring her
Okay.
out.
Okay.
So if I'm talking with him and he's wearing like, I have knowledge of him wearing like a wrinkly white shirt, some jeans, all of that. I'm
Okay.
like, listen, that's nice for your
Mhm.
everyday. If you want to wear that, if that's your style, that's fine.
He
But
was in college. He did not. He don't really know. He's coming straight from the dorm room.
yeah, I understand that was your style. But however, since we're transitioning into, a more professional space and you'll have a more professional career, you need to dress the part, especially if you're going to possibly, be a draft pick. You want to look your best. Like, first impressions are everything. So, you know, one, you're gonna have to put that iron to use. Maybe use a steamer and things
What?
like
Put
we
the Oh Lord. Okay, please.
we we can incorporate the white shirt underneath if he wants to do a more youthful look. Like, that's a thing. Like, you can do suits with white shirts and things like that, but they have to be pressed out and things like that. So
Okay.
we can incorporate that part of him. And we could put a nice blazer on it if we want to, and then do a matching like whole suit piece with some nice shoes if that's what he wants to do. But we can also explore other options. So I would kind of gauge like where his mindset is at, like how comfortable he is with being professional, because you don't have to go like super all tied to draft pick and stuff like that. You can kind of tone it down. And then I would actually go as far as sending him some inspo. I think that the 2K League, they do a great job of mixing that kind of youthful style with a professional look. So I would show him a couple of those because they're around his age. They're young guys.
Okay.
He can kind of identify with them, and we would go from there.
Okay. Well, I want to stop this just a second, and I want to get into you because I'm gonna tell you something about you that I noticed. I
Okay.
I ask you these questions. Sometimes I'll talk to guests and they're kind of not you. What as soon as I finish the question, it's like if I feel like it's this thing hit your head. Okay, boom, I'm gonna answer this question. Like, it comes to you so easily, so naturally. And I don't know how you got really into this, but
Mhm.
please tell the audience how you got to being so professional and knowing what to do and knowing what to say when someone asks you questions about fashion.
Oh, that's a really good question. Honestly, can I just pause and say, like, you had the best questions. Like, I like how I feel like they tie into this. Like, it's
Uh,
storyline. Like, I've never had like questions that are storyline questions. That's fun. That is fun.
okay. Okay.
But I'm sorry. Okay. So, how I'm able to do this is I'm a strategist. So people they look at me and they see a fashion stylist, a wardrobe stylist, and that's true, I am. However, I'm also a coach, a style coach.
Mm,
So it's just like I'm not just coming from the stylist aspect. I'm coming from a coach aspect as well. And when you're a coach, you have to think and strategize and sometimes think on the fly. I do a lot of consultations. So when
mhm,
I'm in those consultations, I don't have the luxury of saying, well, I'll get back with you in 24 hours and we'll create a style plan for you. It's right then and there. It's like literally they tell me their problem. They tell me a little bit about themselves. I have to think of a plan on the fly that works for them, works for their budget, works for their lifestyle. And it has to be right there within that hour. So I think that's how I've gotten so good at it. As far as like being able to kind of soften words up and be elegant about things, I can get a little rowdy sometimes,
oh,
but
okay.
like
Okay.
like I did with the guy who was a draft pick, I kind of got a little rowdy with him.
Mhm,
But I think that for me, I think that comes from like being a listener. I know how to be empathetic with people.
mhm.
And I also really know how to feel people's emotions and stuff like that. So I'm naturally more nice and kind of know the right words to say. And having the experience of being in corporate America and kind of dealing with these situations kind of helped me to be eloquent too, because you get coaching even as a manager of like how you can have these conversations better.
Mhm.
So all of that merged together has helped me be able to answer these questions on the fly, as well as, just having that fashion knowledge and kind of working with clients on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. All right. All right. So you ready for this one? I got another one.
I feel like it's a curveball, but go ahead.
You think it's a curveball?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So you and that young lady, you like the fact that her brother's got some nice style now. He's been drafted. He's out the way. You and
Okay.
her are friends not right now.
Okay.
So you two and maybe a couple other friends, maybe a couple of your friends and a couple of her friends, y'all get together and y'all having a kind of like a little powwow. Not really sure what you call this. So
Uh-huh.
you're watching the Grammys
Okay.
and one of the young ladies says, "Girl, what in the world does she got on? What does she got on?" And you listen to him. Oh, okay. What's he got on? But one person in particular asks you, and that's that young lady you helped before. She's like, "Who we just watched this. I don't know if you drink wine or whatever. You got your wine, you sipping your wine." She says, "Who up there needs a makeover? Which celebrity needs a makeover?" So I want you to pick a celebrity that's possibly in the Grammys, male or female, that you feel like today would need a makeover.
Oh gosh. Grammys? Hmm. Male or female? At the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wow. I'm thinking
Mm-hmm. Okay. I got the Jeopardy theme music going on. If you didn't hear it with this one.
I don't know if he would be at the Grammys, but
Okay.
he's in my spirit. So,
He could be in the audience. He could be in the audience. You just saw him on it. So
okay,
that will work. Okay.
okay. If Lil Baby's there, I think he needs a makeover. I do. I've been looking at his style for a while, and I don't know if anybody else notices, but it's always a white t-shirt. And I know that there's a thing as a signature look, but it don't be dressed up or anything. So it's just like I would like to talk to him personally. I would, and I would tell the little baby that we can do some different things. We can keep the white shirt, but we can make it more exciting. Like we can get you on the radar.
Okay. Okay, little baby. This
Okay.
it's funny you talk about this era, and I say myself, what's going on? What's going on? I don't know what they're trying to do, but I know what they're really trying to do. They're trying to make this big, huge. All right, I'm gonna go and say it. Forget it. What's going on? Sexy red and that type of stuff. I'm sorry. What in the world are we telling the young ladies and the kids? It wasn't that bad back in my era. It was kind of going that way. I know they're products of that, but I almost feel like, are somebody paying you to dress like this? I'm not talking about the other stuff because I can get into that too. Because we're talking about the fashion. What in
Yeah.
the world are they trying to tell with these clothes that they have on and don't have on? What are they trying to sell?
In my opinion, and I think my opinion is right, I really think that they are trying to get these young girls to, you know, not to grow up faster than they need to. Um,
Mm.
if you look around at the Cardi B's, the Rihanna's, the Sexy Reds, the Suki, whatever her name is, they barely they barely have clothing on. And then I've noticed there's a trend, even like when they get pregnant and stuff, their belly is just hanging all out. Like it's like they have a crop top and they're pregnant and the
A
belly
what?
is out.
A crop top?
A crop top as a pregnant woman.
Is that the thing that cuts
Yeah, it's
and
like
it?
up here, and it's just, and they have their pregnant bellies hanging out. And I've actually, like, no kidding, like I've seen this here in Nashville,
Mhm.
where it's just like they would mimic the celebrities, and their belly would be out, and it's just like that's not it. Like it's not it. You cover your stomach and stuff like that. Like it, you can get away with it. Like when your stomach's normal, you can kind of have a little crop top and maybe some high rise jeans to kind of balance it out. But to have the whole pregnant belly out is crazy. And to walk out of here, like I've seen here in person, walking out the house with lingerie, like as an outfit, like with sneakers. I mean, like I think the motive is to literally like get them to think that it's okay to like basically be naked and not have any clothes. Like don't value yourself. Just go out there like, whatever. And it creates a whole host of other problems because it's just like, this world has gotten even more pedophilic and, you bring
Mm,
on a lot of different things
mm.
doing that stuff. So it's designed to hurt.
Wow. Okay. Great answer. Great answer. Um, I want to talk a little bit about your website, your social media presence,
Mhm.
things of that sort. So when someone comes to your site and they want to, they look at a certain style and they see your website and your Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, what do you want the first impression for a young lady or a young man to see when they first see your website, your online presence?
When people see my online presence, I want them to know and feel like, okay, if I'm going to work with her, she's going to take me to the next level. Like, I want them to see their future, basically, when they look at my social media, my website. I do a lot of classic styles, meaning it's very professional, clean cut, looks great. Of course, it's tailored to everybody's style, so it can look different for different people. But the ultimate vibe I want to give is like, you know, it's you're coming correct. People are going to have to come correct coming to you. Like you're about
Hmm.
your business, like you're different, you're unique, you're classy, both male and female. So that's the type of vibe that I want to give.
Okay. So if someone comes to you and says, okay, I want her to be my personal stylist or whatever. What's a fun fact about you that you would, when y'all getting comfortable and talking to each other, that you would want them to know about you?
First thing that popped into my head, which I've actually expressed this to some of my clients, I I didn't know how to dress. There was nobody there to teach me the ropes of how to dress. Like at one point, I didn't know nothing. So it's just like when
Mm,
I started to accumulate all this knowledge and I started practicing my craft and getting better, like I told myself, like I'm not going to let anybody else go through what I went through because there's a lot of me's out there, male and female, who don't
mhm.
have anybody to tell them how to dress. Um, so I want to be that person for them. So that's why I stress to everybody who's thinking about working with me, who don't work with me, who wants to work with me, that I'm not that stylist that's just going to style you and send you on your way. I want you to have that education because the
Mhm.
educational piece is important. Like, what's the point of hiring a stylist if you're only going to be with them for X amount of time? And then
Right.
after the session, you're like, okay, like what I do. Like, no, like when you work with me, I want you to work with me. And then, if there's a period of time we're not together, it's just like, okay, Breyana would do this, or she taught me this, or this is what I've learned. And they feel confident going into their closet and be like, okay, I can put this together and this together.
Okay. Perfect. Now, this is when I was watching one of your interviews, and shout out to my boy Chris. That's my guy right there.
Yes.
Question hit my head. Um, and I said, she knows what she's talking about. So I would put her to the test when I ask this question. I'm going to give you a Chris, and I don't have it right now. I don't have any, but just imagine this is $100 bill.
Okay.
And I got a friend and this is true. I feel like he needs a style makeover, but he doesn't have a lot of money. Just like always, we don't have a whole lot of money. But $100 bill, what can he buy realistically to put together a full wardrobe, like shirt, pants? Can he even get shoes for $100? Less than $100? I don't know. I know that's kind of tough. Let's not talk about the shoes, but from a nice. He's 7 o'clock. He's going down to the Gulch, and he's meeting up with some friends. And he only got $100 to spend on this because Lord knows he's going to have to spend $100 down there if he's eating anything, parking, whatever. But you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, $100. What can he do to look decent at that place?
So if I would advise him to plan ahead, like as far in advance as possible. I wouldn't recommend going shopping on the same day, and this is why.
Mm,
Because when you have a lower budget and you try to go shopping like the day of, then you're going to be very disheartened because you can't really find anything. It's much more expensive to shop in person than it would be to shop online. So what I would advise him to, try to shop as far in advance as possible. And I would advise him to shop mainly he can get some really nice stuff for under $100 on Amazon and then take advantage of their free shipping. But he's not just limited to Amazon as well. He can try places like Macy's and things like that. You'd be surprised. Like you can get some pretty quality
mm,
things
okay,
to, kind of offset that budget and look nice.
okay. I like the Amazon. I'm an Amazon shopper myself, so I like that. But importance of fit when you do that.
Oh my goodness. Fit is super, super important. What I do, I'm an online shopper. Like I barely shop in person. So things that have been helpful for me is literally kind of knowing your size. Like we pretty
Okay.
have a general understanding of what size we wear. And, you know, if he was to go on Amazon, they actually had this cool feature, like, and you probably noticed, I don't know, but if you buy something, they kind of recommend what you will fit the next time in a different
Oh,
product.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So he
yeah.
can kind of gauge off that. And then I think that I can't stress this enough. Knowing, even if you don't know your body shape yet, measurements are important. So having your
Mm,
measurements so you can kind of pull up that guide and be like, okay, like I usually do like wear a large, but an extra large might be better for me, or extra large is what I usually wear. Extra large might be better. Um, so really having that, and if you don't have your measurements, look at those reviews. Like they talk in those reviews, like they're just like, oh, it fit too small and this and that. And then you can kind of gauge, like most people are saying like this fits small. So I'm gonna kind of go up. And I actually just did that
mm,
the other day. I had some flats. I ordered them for the very first time, first brand. They were Ralph Lauren.
okay.
Um, yeah, I've never really shopped at Ralph Lauren, but I'm into them now. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know how these are gonna fit. So I looked at the reviews and they were just like, they were complaining. They were just like, it's too narrow, it's too small.
Mm,
So I was like, I'm gonna go a half size up. They
okay.
fit wonderfully, like wonderfully. So just
Yeah.
doing things like that helps with fit.
Oh, like that. I like the Amazon thing too because we know we're in the age of online shopping.
Hmm.
And the one thing I have a problem with is I feel like because I've been getting in shape, losing weight, but then I buy something and it's too big,
Hmm.
or I get something that's too small because of I guess, the brand. So
Hmm.
I know the importance of brand and really
Yeah.
finding your fit.
Right.
And I think that this is a message for all people. Don't lie to yourself.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what you can wear and what you can't wear. You kind of know what size you are. You really, if you don't know, you will know when you buy something that is wrong. So that's
That's
just a
true.
message there.
I
All
love
right.
when you said that. That is important. Like, you know, so many people they want to be a certain size. So if they have to get a size bigger or something like that, they just feel terrible about themselves, or they try to squeeze themselves in the size that they want to be in. And it's just like it's all about comfort.
No squeezing, right? Don't
No
squeeze.
squeezing, it does more harm than good.
And men, this is for men. I'm not gonna speak about women, but men don't squeeze. Don't ever squeeze because it's not a good look. It's
Yeah.
not a good look when you have. I seen a guy. We went to you heard Jazz on the Cumberland.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sure. I guess he was like, I'm gonna wear this. So his stuff was like, it was showing, like it was so pulling. You know how you got the seam here? You can't really see. I got a white, and it starting to pull. So, and he has a brand shirt. Another thing too, men over 40, eliminate some of the brands. We don't need to do too many brands. It was pulling. You could tell how the material, when they put the screen press, was starting to stretch. And my wife like,
Mm.
she don't say it. You can see it in her eyes. And like, I'm like, yeah, it's just not there. It's not working. The side, you want to be. You're not 22 years old,
Yeah.
on campus. No, you want to really wear something younger. If you got a son, okay, you got a son, and and your son wear the same stuff, you got a problem. And he's not the problem. It's you. You can't wear the brand shirt. I'm trying to think of some big brand shirt. It's, I don't know what's the big ones, Savage and all that stuff, and they have the big logo and all that stuff. None of that. So that's me. I'm sorry. I had to come out with it because it's just mind blowing sometimes.
We're telling
It's
our
just,
truth today. And I agree with you. At some point, you just got to let the brands go.
yeah.
A small logo every now and then is cool, but it's plastered like right here, and I can see you from like a mile away. Mm.
Yeah, I got a few too, and I really don't wear them as much because I just don't feel like it's me no more. It's just
Mhm.
not. And
Yeah.
they sitting there, and I'm going to donate some stuff to the Goodwill. Shout out to people who donate because I got to donate some stuff. And please let someone else celebrate that clothing. It's over with for you. You're 45, 48 years old. You've gotten the belly and it's starting to push your clothing in a wrong direction. And then what do women call it? I'm not gonna talk about women, just only men. But you know what you're talking about. The belly's starting to hang a little bit, and you got it's covering the belt buckle a little bit, but you still want to wear that shirt, and it just don't work. It don't apply to you no more. I mean, of course, you want to do your sit-ups and things like that, but it's not there. So please eliminate those things.
Yeah,
Please, men, all men. All
it's
right.
okay.
Let me stop. Let me stop. I'm going to fool around and say the wrong thing here.
Oh, see, that's a pet peeve for you. I understand. I understand.
You understand?
I
I
understand.
mean, women, y'all know, y'all see it. What? Okay. At church, women look a certain way, but you know you're at church. But they see the error in your ways when you're wearing this. When you're at when you go to Maggiano's and
Mhm.
you got as the wife say, you got your belt. You still like your belt line. You still men over 40 never. You don't need to sag anyway, but don't sag. Your clothing needs to fit you. You gotta have your belt line is that's the reason why I call it belt line. It don't need to be below that. You can't run away from nobody. You're not gonna win no fight with your pants falling down. Women, they're not gonna tell you, but they're gonna respect you more when your clothing fits a little better.
Yeah.
You might have a shot at talking to a nice young lady if your clothing fit. And I think it boosts your mentally, on seriously, like you kind of you feel better when you dress better.
I agree with everything that you're saying. And, from the female perspective, at least for me, like if your pants are sagging, I would want to talk to you,
Mm,
Um, that's just not the type that I go for. Like if you're looking for a more classy lady with standards and things like that, no, they don't want that. And there's a certain age, like once you start hitting the 40, I like you said, I don't know why you're sagging anyway. um but well fit clothes, they really do something for your confidence, and also they like highlight for the most part your shape. Like you look
mm,
proportionate, like you're not looking unproportionate. So it's just like even if you don't have on the nicest clothes, it's just like you kind of catch the attention of somebody like, wow, he looks really put together. And it's just like,
mm.
if you want to talk to that person or, form some type of relationship, you have a better chance because it's just like they have a better mental image of you in their mind.
Okay, perfect. Because I try to do better. Because of course I work a 9 to 5, and I work at a lumber yard, and I work in the office, but I don't want to wear some of my good stuff there. But
Hmm.
then, but still, you gotta kind of look the part. And women do like this. Their eyes start low
Yeah.
and they slowly drift up.
I'm the opposite.
And
I'm
oh, you opposite. Oh, so it's opposite. I was always taught low, high, but so it's opposite, or is that
I,
your preference?
I'm a weird one. So I'm like literally high, low.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
I mean,
mhm.
of course, like if I'm wearing construction boots, I can't really. They're gonna be dusty. If that's a problem, I work there. I'm like, But if I'm out somewhere, I want to have at least a decent outfit on. Somewhat decent. I try to, as my mama say, dress for the occasion. You know,
Mhm.
yeah, you want to dress for the occasion.
She's
Okay,
so
last one here. I'm gonna give you about this young lady here,
okay.
and this goes on vacation.
Okay.
Let's say her and her boyfriend they're going to the beach for the first time. She's either in Coral Gables, South Beach. You know what? No, I'm gonna put them on a plane because
Okay.
they're gonna have to get to. I'm gonna put them going to the Bahamas.
Okay.
For her, here's the thing. I don't really know much about. I love the beach, but I don't know a whole lot about swimwear.
Mm.
But for the ladies, I don't know, bikini. I'm not really sure where to go with this one, but what do you, what should you wear first day you're, I want you to go at the airport, going to the beach, and then the first day on the beach. I want you to answer two parts.
Okay. So airport, going to the beach. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for the airport, I know everybody has their thing about airport outfits and, they like to be comfy and things like that. I agree to a certain extent. I feel like it depends on your style. If you're somebody who, is trying to look more classy and have a more elegant, timeless, professional, all of that, you have to kind of go about it in a different way. So I wouldn't wear just like, full on sweatpants because airports are places that you meet people. So it's just like I wouldn't want, a potential client or business partner or whatever to overlook me because I was in sweats or not take me seriously.
Okay.
Um, so I would want to dress a little bit better than that. So, you can do something like for ladies, there's these things called pant pants that are my favorite. I'm wearing them right now, and they look like leggings. Well, no, they feel like leggings and they look like pants. So they have a professional look to them. They have pockets and everything. But I mean, they're comfortable. And then you can just wear like a top. Like I'm wearing a plain top right now. It's nothing special. You can do like some nice sleeves. Like I have exaggerated sleeves on right now. It makes my outfit look great. So it's just little things like that, little details. And then for men, like, if you wanted to wear like some joggers or something like that, make it look nice. So a nice shirt with it and some not all the way like, everyday shoes, maybe like some crisp white shoes or something that looks a little bit more professional with a nice top with the
Okay.
joggers. And then maybe you can layer it with something like a blazer or something like that because blazers and joggers look good together if you do it right. So,
Okay.
so you just got to get creative and mold it into your style. Just because you never know who you're going to meet, you never know who's watching. You always want to be prepared for everything. And then if you're transitioning to the beach when you get there, well, I would recommend like honestly, I would just wear my beach stuff underneath, but everybody's not like me. So, if you have that, then you could just put on your beach clothes. I would be mindful with the beach clothes on what type of beach clothes you should wear because everything is not for everyone, and you want to feel your best.
Okay. Okay. So I guess so when you get to the beach, you checked into the hotel, you're putting out your wardrobe, and I, like I said, I don't know about the piece count, one piece, two piece,
Mm-hmm.
but for men, this is my problem is. Like, I don't really know what to wear. Like, I feel like I wear basketball shorts. I
Mm-hmm.
got one pair of swim trunks. Is there a certain brand of style? Maybe even this is speaking for me too. So I should look at into what type of shorts to wear to the beach.
Hmm. I think that boils down. I think the key to the perfect beach wear boils down to how you are. So, some people they get sweaty really easily. Some people are naturally cold and stuff like that. So you want to take those things into consideration, and that will help you choose like the fabrics because with clothes now, we've advanced so far that you can get like moisture wicking fabrics. So you don't have to worry about being super hot when you're on the beach. So you can get the perfect swim trunks to help cool you down and things like that and create more airflow. Um, if you're somebody who likes comfort, you'll kind of want to look into fabrics like, cotton. You want to have something with a lot of stretch, things like that, just to make it more comfortable for you. But as far as like styles of like swimwear for men. They're pretty standard for the most part. So
Okay.
it's not much you can do there. But I would advise men definitely to kind of be aware of their preferences. Like, I know that I sweat easily. I know that I get hot. So I need to look for specific types of fabrics. And I know for people who tend to get hot or sweat easily, dry fit fabrics are the way to go. So they would lean towards swim trunks that are appropriate for that. And then as far as women, you can play a little bit with that. Sometimes, you know, if you're a woman that doesn't like to show a lot, but you still want to have a good time at the beach, you might want to invest in some cute cover ups
Mm.
and more towards like one pieces. Or you could do a two piece and have like a cover up. There's different types. There's like full body ones, there's skirt looking ones, like there's different types. You know, if you're like more um you're more affected by your midsection and you want to cover it up, but you still want to have a great time at the beach, you may want to opt for like high-rise swimsuits. They could be two-piece, they come in two pieces, or you can do the traditional one piece and then put a cover up over it. You know, you can get creative.
Okay. All right. Great answers. Great answers. All right. So are you ready for a little bit of rapid fire?
Oh goodness. Sure. I'm
You
scared.
are? Okay. No, it's not. The way you answer questions, you don't have no problem here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start with women here. And actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna do a few. We've been talking about a lot of this mystery young lady, but for you, your preferences. Would you rather wear tennis shoes or heels?
Tennis shoes.
You like low cut boots or high cut boots?
Low cut.
Okay. Big hat or visor?
Big hat.
Okay. Sunglasses. Would you rather have like those little clear aviators or the big bulky type of sunglasses? The the
Aviator.
The aviator. Okay, not the cookie line stuff. Okay, not the
Oh,
big.
no, I've had the big one and I look like a fly. Never again. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
All right. So you like coats or jackets?
Jackets by Lens. Coats. Coats.
Jackets by length or
I was
uh,
gonna say jackets by a landslide, but no,
inside? Okay.
coats. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Dress or jeans?
Jeans.
Okay. Workout clothes, shorts or the three quarters? I guess the three-quarter length.
3/4 length.
Okay. All right. So we're in the land of cowboy boots. Do you own a pair of cowboy boots?
No,
No?
no.
That's what people buy when they come down here. It seems like they buy cowboy boots.
They do, and they're into them. I am not.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. I understand. I don't own any either, but okay.
Really?
I don't.
I might
I
do
work
a
with people.
cowboy hat one day, but the boots, they're cute though. I think so.
Okay. All right. So I don't know how to describe this, but I got it in my head. So the sandals that cover go all across your feet with your all your toes exposed or thong sandals.
Thong sandals.
Is that because you don't want your foot sliding out? Is that the reason why?
Yeah, for the most part. And I think they kind of look better in my opinion, and they're more versatile.
Okay. All right. Switch to men. Dress shoes or casual shoes like the what do you call it, the drivers.
Dress shoes.
Should a grown man own a suit and tie?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like men wearing hats or men wearing like the Kango type of things. I feel like those I start to see those coming back, like the actual hat or like the Kango
Hat.
hat, like the ones with the feather on the side and all that, the cool stuff.
If we leave the feather, I mean, if the feather is going with the outfit, okay, but we can leave the feather.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. You like to see men in polos or t-shirts?
definitely a polo. My husband looks amazing in a polo.
Okay, all right, all right. What's the winter clothes? And this is for me. I'm gonna ask you, what type of jacket or coat should a man acquire? I'm looking to buy this. This is for me. I'm looking to possibly buy one for the winter. So what's in style now?
You ready for this?
I'm
It's
ready.
a trench coat.
Trench?
Yep, a
Really?
trench.
Like the long one? Like
Mm-hmm.
the
Yep.
okay, okay. I
One.
need to see. I never thought.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
One, they're trending. Two, they're timeless. Three, no matter what you wear with it, well, for the most part, you are going to look like the man to know in the room. So you need a trench coat. You have to have one.
Are you talking about like the trench, like the peacoat, like
Mhm,
long like that?
mhm.
All right. I want you to show me an example of that. I'm like 6'1", so I always felt like I wouldn't look good in a trench, but
Gotta find the right
um,
trench.
okay.
Mhm.
All right. So you kind of got me thinking about a question here.
Okay.
Um, I got one more question here for the lady and the young man, and they're going to a wedding, a friend's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and they're getting dressed now. They're you know they're trying to put together a right outfit for a couple. This is a couple. What they should look like because they're gonna take pictures and all that good stuff. So ideal outfit for her, ideal outfit for him.
One, the number one rule is coordinating colors, whether that's the exact same color or, they kind of pair with each other. But I would recommend the same color if possible. So for her, I would do something like a midi length dress. I think that is the most beautiful thing that you can wear as a guest for a wedding. Um, I would do heels because I just feel like that is appropriate for weddings. And then for him, I wouldn't do too much like a whole suit or anything. He's not a part of
Mm,
the grooms, so he doesn't need to get
okay.
that fancy. So I would say maybe a nice button up. If he wanted to get really, really nice, he could put a blazer over it if he wanted to, and then some nice trousers, dress shoes, or loafers, depending on how dressed up he wants to get and how fancy the girl's dress is, because midi dresses can be, on the casual side, or they can be a little bit dressed up and command attention. So they would have to be on the same wavelength of how dressed up they want to get, but both have the option of dressing down together or dressing up together, but make sure those colors are coordinated.
Oh, okay. Um, well, thank you for that. I mean, because I'm kind of anticipating something next year, and
Mhm.
I know my wife is like, "All right, this is what I will wear this color and all that," and I'm like, we can kind of coordinate together."
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "Okay, I kind of want to wear this suit, or I kind of want to wear this, but I see what you're saying now to kind of not look like you're twins and like y'all just doing too much or working too
Mhm.
hard to look
Mhm.
like this here, but kind of elegantly be a couple and couple our colors together. I get
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I got a question for you, and I want you to just kind of visualize your business in the next 3 years.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years, either in this market or in another market, on how your brand's gonna, expand?
This is my market for sure. I'm not, from
Okay.
what I know right now, I'm not going anywhere. Um, I definitely see a more premium experience for Style by Breyana. Like I see the virtual services being upgraded. Like we're gonna have all the bells and whistles. It's really gonna be a personalized experience to mimic as if you were in person. And it's gonna be so great that you don't even care that you're not in person. That's how great it's gonna be. Like I see lots of improvement there. I also see us expanding full on into garment care. So right now I am a garment care specialist, but I see it being like a big thing. I'm talking about like us
Mm.
offering stain removal services,
Oh,
um, helping guide you with tailoring, like all the bells and whistles, like steaming services, like all the garment care things. And in terms of like the Style by Breyana collection, I see that expanding into like full on like eco-friendly clothing that's good for your health, stylish, good for the environment. And then lastly, Style University. I see that expanding with more digital products because that's for people who may not have the funds to invest into a one-on-one, working with a stylist one-on-one, but still
okay.
need that style help. So definitely more resources there. Like, I don't know, it's a force to be reckoned with in 3 years. Like,
Okay. I like that. I like that. Well, I'm gonna say this. I appreciate you so much. The reason why I feel like I got a lot more, and I hopefully I can do a part two. But I was like, she gonna be like, wait a minute, he done kept me so long here on this thing here, and
wow.
I mean, I don't want to be that person, so I don't want to be that guy. But again, I appreciate each and everything that you have answered. I mean, it's been so good. I feel like if someone watches this is the goal of this channel, that they can take pieces of what they're missing and
Mhm,
apply it to themselves. I'm
mhm,
doing the same thing here.
mhm,
I'm listening to this here. When I review videos, I look at interviews, and this channel is all about interviews and I want to get the best gems for me,
mhm.
not the best gems I feel like uh, for sexy red, or I'm like trying to be like Migos and all
Mhm.
the, no. I want what's good for me,
Right.
because you can get misled by what someone else does.
That's true.
It
That's
does
true.
not work. I can't dress like Migos. I'm
Mhm.
bigger than every single one of them. And I'm gonna sit there and wear some skinny jeans and I'm 6'1", 240. No, that's not gonna work. But I like that you really, and the reason why I think a stylist is so important is it kind of takes you, and I feel like you mold the person to themselves with
Mhm.
what they need to wear for
Mhm.
themselves. And it
Mhm.
builds up their self-esteem, it builds up their outside appearance to other people, and
Mhm.
it also helps your brand when you can take and mold somebody. And I think that's where you're very, very, very valued here. And
Well,
I appreciate that.
that's what it's all about. Like, we just we need everybody needs help in some area of their wardrobe, whether it's big or small. And like you said, you can take little bits and pieces and apply it to like your life, and where you're at currently in your style journey, and be like, oh, well, maybe I should focus more in on this area. Or it might create a revelation of, wow, maybe I don't know my style and I need to figure out what it is. And you can kind of find the path to discovery. Or you may have been the person who doesn't really kind of want to let go of that size, and you wear clothes that's not suitable for your body, and this was your wake up call, and it's just like, wow, the tag doesn't matter, it's the comfort. it's the comfort that matters. So I'm very happy like when I can like share tips and answer questions to help the next person, because that's what it's all about. Like we want to feel good, we want to look good, we want to enrich our lives, and usually that starts with our image. So I'm happy to help.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'm gonna say you're a must follow.
Thank you.
You're a must follow. Some people need to know about you, male or female, doesn't matter.
Well,
White, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian. You know, you
yeah.
really are doing your thing. And I just really appreciate that. So, can you tell the audience how they can get in touch with you? Not blow you up, not send any type of spam stuff. No, how they can really, you need to follow her. So, she's going to give you her handle. She's going to give you all the stuff that you need to get in contact with her. So, please share that with the audience.
Sure. So, my most active platform that I'm on all the time is Instagram, and I am at Styled by Breyana on Instagram. And my website is www.styledbybreyana.com. That's another great place because you can sign up for my email list and get free advice. So, it's just
Okay.
like if you don't have the money to invest, I'm always dropping gems, kind of like how I did here on how to, create a better wardrobe, create better wardrobe habits, what have you. And I'm also pretty active on my email, stylebybrianna@gmail.com. And I have a Facebook page, Style by Brianna.
Okay, perfect. I do have one more question. If you don't mind answering this here.
I love questions.
Okay. Instagram. How do you like when you're taking a picture for Instagram? Like, what should you really focus in on if you're taking a selfie of yourself? Like, how do you really get the right wardrobe for a selfie for Instagram?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I've never heard that one before. Okay. So if you're taking a selfie, and I assume when you say selfie, because I know people have different meanings where I like, are you talking like just my shirt type thing or
Yeah,
like
from the selfie top up. Yeah, not the
okay,
whole like yeah.
okay, because I've seen people like do the mirror selfies too. So okay.
Oh, oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah, they say selfies with the mirror. So I don't know. So if you're doing a selfie, the top is important. Okay. So it has to look right. So I would make sure that, there's no flaws in the top. Like, this is not to say like you just got to go iron your top and everything like before you take the picture or whatever, but just, be mindful of choosing a nice top, maybe one that complements your skin tone, because nothing's worse than having a good selfie but then it's kind of off because like you're not wearing the colors that really highlight you. So it's like, oh, you look good, but some people may not notice and they may be like, something's off. And then some people are just like, I don't like the color of that shirt. So now they don't even appreciate the selfie. So
Okay.
um, knowing what colors, making sure that like it's nice and fitted right, it looks nice. I think those are the two main things. And making sure that it showcases your personality. Like, I think that's important because, when I'm going through Instagram and when others go through Instagram, I've noticed, we get a feel for you on Instagram. So it's just like you can kind of pick out those little things that people like. Like for me, like if you go down my Instagram, you probably notice that like I like trouser pants and I like solid pieces and things like that. So I think that's important.
Okay. Again, see how that question it was hopefully for a part two, but I wanted her to put her on the spot again. After she thought I was getting ready to close, I came back with one question. You gotta follow her because she's, very, very good on, you know, what she brings to the online audience and what she can bring to your wardrobe and your sense of style. So again, I appreciate that. I'm sorry I set you up, but you're so good, it doesn't even matter. So it don't even matter. So again, I do appreciate you all the time, and I will definitely shout out you for anything that you do. Hopefully, I can get a part two of you because I do have some more celebrity driven questions there. But again, you taking that young lady to, I told you that story of her, and you literally put her from walking into an insurance company and getting her onto the beach in the Bahamas with her boyfriend now, and she's got a sense of style, a sense of improvement. And hopefully, if anybody out there that needs that, there's your lady right there. You don't need to go anywhere else. All right. Well, again, I want to close here, and I want to tell my audience, I want to thank you. I want to appreciate my guests. I want to appreciate you all for definitely following me on this page here on Based Off Characters, and also on my football page. You're going to see that as well. And shout out to the Titans. If they need any type of thing, I know it's a couple of you all following me because I've seen some comments there. And hopefully, if you need to connect to a stylist, I'm going to send, her, and she's going to be the her. She's not the him, she's the her. 'Cause I know that's the big topic right now. Shout out, wait, hold on a second. Shout out to A to Z Sports. They had an article. I posted it 8 hours before, and they used it, on their platform with the same title. And people's on for Titans Only was like, hey, they used your. I said, somebody's watching me. But again, so I'm gonna post it on there, and I'm not gonna talk about you too much about the Titans because I heard what you said with Chris. I watched the interview. You don't think I'm all paying attention? You said they do too much losing, but they won. They came back in Miami and won that game on Monday night. But you thought I was gonna forget about that. So again, I appreciate you all so much, and I'm going to. Can you shout out your Instagram one more time before I close?
Yes, my Instagram is at Style by Breyana. Yeah.
Style by Breyana. Okay, again, thank you so much. And as I tell my audience each and every time here, until I speak to you all again, peace and live the life of your dreams. Thank you.